Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Joanna. Thanks for tuning in. If it's your first time on my channel, my name is Joanna and I'm happy to have you on my channel. Thanks for tuning in. To all my old subscribers, thank you guys for sticking around and for being such a supportive and interactive team of people. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. This is a long-awaited video. I have promised and said I would do it and said I would do it over and over again. So I'm here to do it for you guys. This is kind of like a book review / my own thoughts. And I'm doing a book review of like 2 books because they're kind of like the same thing really. These are Marie Kondo's Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up and Spark Joy. So I'm going to be doing both of them in this. The most part of this video is going to be really my thoughts on the books. The one question that I should answer from right off is, should you get these books? I think you should definitely get Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. I think that's a definite must read. I think it's a helpful book. Spark Joy, if you have more money and you just want to spend money and you kind of like, or maybe you didn't really understand the first one and maybe this, okay. Spark Joy is an illustrated guide. It basically has a lot of repetitions from the first book. So there's a lot of repetitions. Let's just get right into the review or my thoughts on the book. I don't know whether to start with the negatives or the positives. Okay, I'll just go ahead. This book is personally one of the sort of like, I can and I can't see, I should say I can't see why it blew up so much and why people were like interested and read it and while it got so popular. Like I can see that. And to me, the Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up is basically, this is the book here. I got mine in the UK in Waterstone. Yeah, it's Waterstone. I always confuse this with an eaten out place that I go to. Anyway, Waterstone. And both of them, this is the Spark Joy as well. I love the covers. I think they're so cute. And like, it's like both of them have that. Spark Joy has a green sort of like hold it closed, and then this has a really pinkish kind of maroon one. Anyway, I really like, I got Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up because like I said in a video before this, in my challenge video, Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up challenge video, I said that I got it because I first heard of this book on one of my favorite YouTubers, Mimi Icon. She said this book really helped her, and you know, she didn't recommend it, but she had it in her favorites. So I went ahead and got it just to have something to read. And honestly, I couldn't have predicted how the Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up would be for me. If you guys have seen my house tour, my previous house tour, you guys generally know that I'm not a messy person. Like, you've seen most of my house. I'm not a messy person, and I'm clean. Like, my house is never, like, I always have like clean, and in a way I'm kind of like minimalist in like decor wise, because there wasn't much in my house. I've lived in this house for 3 years, and when I did that house tour, I lived in my house for 3 years. You know, it is clear. I always discard things. At least I thought I always like discard things that I don't need and stuff. But like, even if you are a clean person, I recommend that you read this book. This the Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up is nothing new to me. Like, there's nothing in the book that is like a new revelation in tidying up or being cleaner or living having a cleaner home or a tidier home. There's nothing like to me, it was kind of like, imagine all the quotes, all the like motivational quotes that you have about, like, maybe, let's say, life, just in like in general, like all the motivational quotes you have, imagine them being compiled into one book. That is the life-changing magic of tidying up to me. It's basically all the great things, all the motivational things about tidying that you already know, but you really don't pay much attention to. This has been put in this book, and then so it's like such a great book. Like, in that way, it's like having your quotes. It's like having all your favorite quotes about a certain topic in your life that concerns you so much in one book. If you're tidying is your thing, and you like tidy spaces, and you like minimalist decor and stuff, this is the book for you. Like, you will enjoy it, and you will definitely learn a few new things about it. One of the biggest selling points, I think one of the main things that people have loved about the book, and what I liked about the book, is that a lot of time we struggle with not throwing away, but like letting go of the things that we have that we no longer use. It's so hard to take a gift that was given to you for, moral reasons. Like, we feel like, but it's a gift. Like, my sister gave me this, and I can't just discard it. Maybe I will upset her, and I will offend her. Marie Kondo in this book basically addresses that, and for me, it was the first time that I looked at giving away my things, and like getting rid of gifts and things that I no longer use. It is the first time that I did it without any guilt. Like, the book definitely tells you how everything that you have in your life, if you're not using it, it has already served its purpose. Whether it's a dress you just got and you really thought you would use it, but for one reason or the other you find out that you're not using that dress for whatever reason that you have that thing, but and a lot of times I feel that we don't know that I will never use it. We fool ourselves into believing that, like, I might use it at some point, like maybe that function, and maybe this, or maybe when I lose weight. I think we give ourselves so much excuses as to why I can't discard, or why I can't give it away, or why I can sell it. And a lot of times those excuses are just excuses to sort of like not make us feel bad about like wasting money maybe, or not liking a gift that we were given. Marie Kondo in her book does a really good job of like basically saying, let it go, and the reasons why you should let that thing go. Another thing that I found really helpful is that, like, by going through what Marie Kondo recommends that you should do, and I recommend that you definitely do as she says, and pick each item you have, like every single thing that you have. I recommend that after reading this book, I'm literally talking to mostly now to the people that have read this book. If you haven't, I recommend that you definitely pick every single thing that you're gonna go through and check for joy, whether that thing brings you joy. I definitely recommend that you pick it up, you hold it in your hands, and you really ask yourself the question. Because like I said earlier, a lot of times we tell ourselves, I will use it for this occasion, for that occasion. I'm planning to lose weight. I'm on my weight loss journey. A lot of times we tell all these things, or ourselves all these things to just keep the thing. And sometimes without going through that process of like lifting it up and holding it up and asking yourself, does this thing really spark joy to me? I think that we skip those things that we really need to discard. Personally, I did go through the whole Marie Kondo method, and I didn't do it exactly the way she says to do it in the book to start with, because I had so much stuff. It would be impossible at the start of going through the Marie Kondo method for me to take all my belongings, put them on the floor in one room, because the attic, my loft, was absolutely packed with clothes. My room was absolutely packed with clothes. I live alone. It's my own house. And there's no way that I could have done that. So I can imagine if you live with somebody or you live with your family, there's no way that you're going to be able to do that. It's just not, to me, it's not possible. At least if you have as much things as I did. So what I did, she recommends that you clear, in a book, she recommends that you clear by category and not by location. I started with clearing by location, and basically I recommend that you start to clear by location if you have way too much things, because what that would do, for me, I didn't need to pick up every piece of item and ask myself if it sparked joy. I felt like a whole lot of things that were in my loft packed up there were because they no longer sparked joy. They couldn't fit anymore. And so it was so easy for me to go up to my attic and say, okay, I'm going to clear my attic, my loft first. So I threw out everything. There was chairs in there. I had beds in there. I had so much stuff that like every time I changed something, I just chuck the rest in my loft. And that wasn't working for me. So I did that, and then I came to my room, and then I kind of like did the whole house by location first. When I felt like everything was clean and I had finished, then I went into Marie Kondo and did it by category. So after I'd finished, I then took my manageable amount of clothes, put them on the bed, and I will have that video up for you guys. I will try to put it up. It was a Sunday when I took, this was after I had like cleared previously by location and not by category. So that really helped me. I did change a few things the way I did my, like the Marie Kondo method, but after I changed all that I changed, I still came back to her book and did it exactly the way she recommended after I did the first part. So it took me longer, but for me it was the easiest way of doing it, and it works just as well. There's reasons why Marie Kondo says you should put all your things on the bed, and like or not on the bed. I did that, but you don't have to. All your things, or whatever category it is that you are dealing with, like handbags or shoes or clothes, it is, or jewelry, it is so important. And I cannot stress how important this is, because I first thought, I can skip that. It is so important that you take every single thing that you have and you place it in one situation and handle that thing in that one go, because you will realize, like, one of the things that this helps you do is and trust me, if you think, oh no, I already know how many t-shirts I have, or I hang them in the same place, it's not the same as taking it all off and putting it all in one position, in one place, and then going through that like piece by piece. She also recommends for you to like put it, when you take your clothes out, to put your clothes in categories as well, like jeans, t-shirts, jean jackets, or whatever category of things that there is, to also group your clothes into a few different groups. And for me, that was really helpful, because I learned so much about myself. Marie Kondo, in her book, she talks about how when we tidy, we confront ourselves, we confront who we are. And my goodness, I cannot tell you how, like, it's, you get to know yourself better through tidying. It sounds crazy, but trust me and do, read the book and go through what she recommends for you to do. And honestly, you will notice, like, it's life-changing. Like, and don't ignore, I know that like a chunk of a book, most of a book kind of like is a bit crazy. Like there's things that are just so fanciful, and like they're like, it's unnecessary. Like she talks about how, you know, you should, I think one of my biggest kind of like disagreements about this is how she almost treats her belongings as people. to a place where in the book she says that they're your supporters and they help you, they support you. Like, I get the idea, but I don't know that I would put it in that much of like in the same place as a person. So there's a lot of crazy in her book, but don't get discouraged by that. And I think with Marie Kondo's book, as you read the book, the first part is really exciting because I think her book is sort of like she gets you hyped up at the start. The middle is blur. For me, it was blur. At least I almost quit reading The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. But then I kind of thought I want to do a review for you guys. So I had to finish for this review. And thank God I was going to do this review, because then at the end of the book, she also hypes you up a bit. So it's like that. Like, so as you finish the book, you're super hyped up about it and like, oh, it's a great book. But the middle is kind of like blur, and she goes on and on. For me, at least, that's how it was for me. So I definitely recommend this book. And another thing that like the Marie Kondo book will do for you is, or it did for me, was it basically really improved my relationship with my possessions. Like, I was that kind of person that like I didn't even know how to do laundry. I'm 28 and I didn't know how to do laundry. Like, that's how bad it is, because I just chuck all my clothes together. I didn't care. I can't tell you how many clothes I've ruined, mine and my friends alike, because I just never really put any thought into like taking care of the pieces of clothes that I had. And I know now it is because I had I didn't love my clothes. I didn't like my clothes. 90% of my wardrobe were things that couldn't fit me anymore. And that was depressing the hell out of me, even though I didn't know that it does, because I hid it to myself. Like, I hid it from myself that it wasn't fitting anymore. Like, they don't fit anymore. So I had all these clothes that were like trousers that when I sit down, I had to pull them up so many times. It was just like my wardrobe wasn't what it was, what I had convinced myself that it was. And by virtue of taking it out and holding every piece of item and asking myself, does this really bring me happiness? I realized that 90% of my wardrobe, 90% of it, it was all things that didn't fit funny, were too loose, were too small. It was always something. And as I went through this process, I was scared to hell that I would be left with nothing in my wardrobe. I've ruined so many clothes in my like when doing my laundry, because like I said, I'm going back to that point. I didn't care about my clothes. I've learned how to do laundry since. And like things like getting my laundry to like separate it, like darks from lights and whites, how to treat whites. Like, I've learned this now, and I like realize, because before I was kind of like, if it gets ruined, go shopping. Like, I love shopping. I'm addicted to shopping. And again, Marie Kondo has helped me calm down with that. Like, it's a great book. It will help you in a lot of ways. I will be doing videos on my minimalist journey, because I think I'm gonna going through the Marie Kondo method. Now, Marie Kondo and the Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up is not minimalism. It's nothing to do with minimalism, actually. But for me, it's even inspired me to really look closer at minimalism and go through, like, and go, not, I won't be like that type of minimalist that has like 30 items or something like that. Capsule wardrobes, not right now for me, at least. I don't think so. But it's definitely, I'm definitely on this downsizing journey. Another thing that Marie Kondo says in her book is that if you tidy, you know, we get told a lot of times when you hear about tidying, we get told to like tidy bits by bits, like bits at a time. Marie Kondo addresses this and says, if you tidy a bit at a time, especially especially if your house is really, really messy and like you have so much clutter in your house. If you tidy a bit at a time, like 15 minutes every single day of your life, you will be tidying your whole life. So you don't want to do that. There is a lot of things, like I don't know if I can put it all in one video, and that's why I'm going to go through a whole lot. Like I'm going to go take you through like through some of the main points in her book. I will take you through them by doing like videos, separate videos on, you know, things that I feel like are important about the book. I also will do a house tour because since then I have downsized so much. Like I had so much wall art, wall pictures, I downsized that, and you guys will not believe it. But one of the things that I've really, really cut down on, if you watch my perfume collection video, you will be amazed at how much perfumes I had. That since then I continued to buy more until after I read The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. I have downsized my perfumes so much. I think I have about 10, which I'm still downsizing. I'm still like cutting down on that, and like I can't tell you guys what this book, I can't tell you in one video what this book has done for me and how this book has really changed my life. So I recommend that you read it. I recommend that you like read this book with an open mind. Another thing to take into consideration as you read this book is that Marie Kondo is Japanese. She can't actually, from the videos that I've seen on YouTube, she can't even speak English. She needs an interpreter. So you have to realize that a lot can be lost in translation. I think that a few things have been lost in translation, being Malawian and living in the UK, having friends from the UK and having friends in Malawi. I understand how sometimes things can be lost. Like I try to tell my friends here some of Malawian proverbs, and every time I say it in English, I feel like there's so much lost in translation. So through being another nationality and being in another country, I have got to really, really understand that there is definitely like stuff gets lost in translation. When you translate one language to another language or one culture to another culture, a lot of things, it doesn't, you can't move it as rich as it is in that one culture into the other culture. So, you know, you have to keep that in mind when you read this book. Definitely, you know, get what you can. I can't say, like, I know I will like upload this video, I will like be watching this video back and know that I've missed so much about the book, but I will do follow-up videos from this video, and just even I will say some of the things in like my home tour and my room tour. I will do a new room tour because a lot of things have changed since then. But yeah, thank you guys for listening to me ramble on. I mean, this is a long video. It's been a while. I didn't know what to expect that it was gonna be like, but yeah, it is what it is. And I really hope that a lot of people kind of like I know sometimes I'm not really good at like explaining myself. I've just started YouTube. I'm still learning how to communicate like on camera. It's better when I talk to people because we then exchange, like we kind of like we switch as we speak. When you're speaking alone the whole time, it's really difficult to like remember everything. And even when I write things down, I never can really, I'm still in a place where I can't really tell you guys, like I can't really communicate as effectively as I would like to communicate with you guys. But I hope that this video made you at least gave you kind of like what the book is about. It's about tidying up. And also the last thing that I forgot to say, and I should have said this at the start of the video, is that like tidying and cleaning they're two different things. In the book Spark Joy, Marie Kondo defines tidying as like the things to do with she describes tidying as of dealing with objects and cleaning as of dealing with dirt. So there's a difference between cleaning and tidying, and I wanted you to be aware of that. I wanted you to like think about that as you read the book. And if you do read this book, I will really appreciate for you guys to tell me what you think about the book. I was going to give a shout out to one of my viewers in this video, and to actually two of my viewers in this video. I'm trying to get the person's details, the person's name. The first person that I wanted to give a shout out in this book, and one of the people that I've had the most conversations with on YouTube on this tidying topic is Millie of styledbymillie.com. Check her blog out and check her YouTube channel. She also does YouTube video, very informative videos, very useful. Check her channel out, you guys, and tell me what you think. She has been really, thank you girl for like the conversations we have on like so many things, like especially this tidying thing has been really a topic that I loved, and thank you for like actually like communicating back and stuff. And another person that I want to mention, I actually forgot what her name is, but I will go to my YouTube channel right now and we'll get her name. Yes, sorry guys. Marenji, is it? Marenji, I hope I'm saying your name right, girl. Thank you so much for the feedback. I absolutely, she also, after listening to my challenge, she kind of joined in and did that. You don't know what that means to me. I'm just like so happy that like you saw, like you kind of like have experienced like maybe what I was trying to say. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you, and I really appreciate your feedback. So yeah, she doesn't have Calorie doesn't have a YouTube channel, at least I don't, not videos. She didn't tell me about that. I'll actually find out, and if she does I will give her a shout out. But thank you girl, thank you so much. It was such a pleasure reading this huge comment from you, and yeah, I thank you so much. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in my next video. I love you all, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video or it was helpful to you. See you in my next video. Mwah.